Welcome to the English Speaking Practice Podcast.
It is 7 o'clock in the morning. The room is still completely dark. Your phone screen suddenly lights up on the table next to your bed. You reach for it with tired hands. You see 3 urgent messages from a colleague at work. You see 2 long messages from a friend who wants to complain about her life. Before your feet even touch the cold floor, you already feel behind schedule. You go to the kitchen and make your morning coffee in a big hurry. You skip your healthy breakfast because someone on the internet needs your help right now. And while you are drinking your coffee, standing up, you think to yourself, how did my life become a constant rush to please everyone else? When did I forget about my own needs? If this morning routine sounds very familiar to you, you are in the exact right place today. Hello, and welcome to the English Speaking Practice Podcast. I am Mark.
And I am Anna. Today, we are talking about a very quiet, everyday problem that many of us ignore. It is the problem of slowly forgetting yourself. We are going to learn how to protect your personal energy. We will talk about how to build a gentle, healthy routine for your mind. You do not need to make huge, difficult, painful changes today. We believe in tiny, quiet steps.
Yeah, small steps are always the best and safest steps. If you are feeling very tired today, that is completely normal and acceptable. Life is difficult, and learning a language takes a lot of mental energy. Just sit back in your comfortable chair, relax your shoulders, and let the English words wash over you like warm water. We will explain all the useful vocabulary slowly, gently, and clearly. So, let us start with a very common, frustrating life situation. Anna, I want to ask you a personal question. Have you ever felt completely exhausted just by trying to be a good, helpful person?
Oh, absolutely, Mark. It happens to me more often than I want to admit. It usually happens when you try to be available for everyone all the time without any breaks. Let me tell you a long story about what happened to me a few months ago. I have a very nice neighbor who lives next door. She is an older lady, and she has a small, active dog. One day, she asked me if I could walk her dog because her leg was hurting. I said yes, of course, because I wanted to be kind. But then she asked me again on Tuesday, and then again on Wednesday. Soon, I was walking her dog every single evening after my long day at the office. I love dogs, but it was raining often and I was extremely tired from my own job.
But you did not say no to her.
I could not bring myself to say the word no. I wanted to be the nice, perfect, helpful neighbor. I thought that saying no would make me a terrible person. But doing this extra work every single day started to wear me out.
Let us stop here and look closely at that excellent phrase. To wear somebody out. To wear somebody out means to make someone feel extremely tired over a long period of time. It is not a sudden tiredness. It is a slow, quiet exhaustion. It is like an old favorite t-shirt that you wear and wash too many times. You wash it again and again over the years. Slowly, the fabric gets very thin. And finally, one day, it just tears.
Exactly. You do not notice it breaking until it is totally broken. For example, my long, stressful commute to the office on the crowded train wears me out. Or trying to keep the house perfectly clean every single day wears me out. Now, I want you, the listener, to practice speaking with me. It started to wear me out.
That is a great example, Anna. When you always say yes to your neighbor, you think you were just being polite and friendly, but actually you are secretly teaching people a lesson about how they can treat you. You are teaching people that your personal time is totally free and unlimited.
That is so true and so painful to realize. You train people to expect instant answers and unlimited help. Let us explain this powerful chunk of language. To train people to expect something. It means you create a strong habit in other people by repeating your own actions. It is like feeding a stray bird at your kitchen window every single morning. On the first day, the bird is surprised and happy. But soon, the bird expects the food every day. It sits there tapping on the glass with its beak, loudly demanding the food. You created that expectation.
Yes, a perfect physical metaphor. The bird is not evil. It just learned the rule you created. I have a story about this from my own office life. 2 years ago, I wanted to show my boss that I was a hard worker. So I started replying to his work emails on Sunday mornings. At first, he thanked me. But after 3 months, he did not thank me anymore. He just sent more emails and waited for my fast reply. If I replied to work emails on Sunday, I trained my boss to expect weekend work. If you always solve your younger brother's problems, you train him to expect you to fix his life. Try to say this important phrase with me now. I trained people to expect instant answers.
So, how do we stop feeding that demanding bird? How do we change the rules after we already created them? How do we stop being a 24-hour convenience store for everyone around us?
I recently discovered a gentle, brilliant trick for this exact problem. It is a practical method, and it is called the time buffer.
A time buffer? What exactly does that mean in real life?
Let us visualize it. A buffer is like a soft, thick pillow between two hard, heavy objects. It safely stops them from crashing into each other and breaking. When someone asks you for a big favor, never say yes immediately. Your brain is used to saying yes automatically because you want to avoid uncomfortable conflict. You are afraid they will stop liking you.
Oh, I do that all the time. My brain panics. Someone at school asks, "Can you bake a huge, complicated chocolate cake for the party tomorrow?" Oh. And my mouth says yes, of course, before my brain even wakes up to realize I have no free time.
Exactly. The automatic yes is a trap. So you must create a time buffer. You simply use a polite phrase like, "Let me check my schedule and get back to you."
Let me check my schedule and get back to you. I absolutely love that idea. It is like a loading bar on a slow old computer. You click a button and the screen says, "Please wait." Loading. It gives your internal emotional system time to process the new request without crashing or freezing.
Yes, it gives you a tiny, beautiful moment of peace. In that quiet moment, you can look at your actual energy levels. You can check if you really want to bake that cake. And then, 2 hours later, you can politely write a message and say no if you need a rest.
Speaking of needing to rest, let us talk about our personal energy. Some things in our daily life give us wonderful energy. Things like a full night of deep sleep, a warm cup of sweet tea, or a quiet walk in the green park. But other things secretly steal your energy without you noticing.
You mean a battery thief?
Yes, a battery thief. Let us break down this very modern visual phrase. A battery thief is a person, a bad habit, or a stressful situation that quietly takes away your mental energy. Think about your modern smartphone. It is like having 10 different heavy applications running on your phone in the background. You do not look at them, you do not see them, but they are working. And by lunchtime, your phone battery is completely dead, and you do not understand why.
I have so many sneaky battery thieves in my daily routine. For example, reading the negative political news right before I go to bed is a massive battery thief for me. I read terrible stories, my heart beats faster, and then I cannot sleep. Or talking to that one specific colleague who only complains about the bad weather and the heavy traffic. After 5 minutes with him, I feel totally exhausted.
We all know someone like that. Let us practice this phrase together so you can use it in your life. Repeat with me. That conversation was a battery thief.
You know what else is a massive, invisible battery thief?
Constantly apologizing for everything you do.
The sorry habit. Oh, I used to be a world champion at this bad habit. I would walk down the street, someone else would hit my shoulder by accident, and I would say sorry.
It is incredibly common, especially for polite people. We literally apologize for existing. Let us look at this sad but important phrase carefully. To apologize for existing? It means saying sorry for your basic, normal human needs. You say sorry for asking a simple question? You say sorry for taking up physical space in a room? You say sorry for just being present and breathing. It is like sitting on a completely empty public bus. There are 50 empty seats around you, but you try to make your body as tiny as possible, folding your arms tightly so you do not bother the empty air.
That is a brilliant, slightly sad visual metaphor. We shrink ourselves. For example, you go to a nice restaurant and you pay for a meal. The waiter brings you the wrong plate of food. You ordered chicken, but he brings you fish. And you look down and say, "Oh, I am so sorry to bother you, but I think I ordered the chicken." Why are we acting sorry? We did not make the mistake in the busy kitchen. We are paying customers.
Try to say this gentle but strong phrase out loud. Give yourself permission to take up space. Stop apologizing for existing.
When you finally stop apologizing for taking up space, you realize something very deep. Your worth as a human being is not connected to how helpful you are to others. You do not have to buy your right to be here by being useful.
That brings us to a very strong, powerful chunk of English. Not up for discussion. Not up for discussion means something is an absolute, solid fact. You will not argue about it. You will not try to change it. It is like the basic law of gravity on planet Earth. You do not debate with gravity. You don't write angry comments to gravity. It just exists, and you accept it.
Exactly. It is a boundary made of solid rock, not sand. For example, my need for 8 hours of sleep is not up for discussion. If you call me at midnight, I will not answer. Or, my basic human value is not up for discussion. Repeat this powerful, healing sentence with me. My worth is not up for discussion.
But Anna, let us be honest with our listeners. It is quite hard to actually believe that every day, right? Especially when we live in a crazy modern world of fast internet and social media. We post a beautiful picture of our breakfast and nervously wait for the little red hearts.
Yes, we constantly wait for external validation. We want strangers to tell us we are good. When you do that, you borrow worth from outside. Let us carefully explain this psychological idea. To borrow worth from outside means you only feel good and happy about yourself when other people praise you. It is like renting a beautiful, expensive luxury house instead of owning your own small home. When you rent, the wealthy owner can take the keys away at any moment. And suddenly, you are left outside in the cold rain with absolutely nothing.
That is a scary, fragile, and unstable way to live your life. If your foundation is built on the opinions of strangers, it can collapse in 1 second. For example, if you base your daily happiness entirely on your boss saying you did a good job, you are borrowing worth from outside. Because on the day your boss is tired, has a headache, and says nothing to you, your self-esteem drops to 0. You think you are a failure just because he had a headache.
Let us practice this important chunk together. Build your own house. Do not rent it. Do not borrow worth from outside.
You know, Anna, I sat down and thought about why we do this to ourselves. Why do we care so much about the opinions of others? I realized we carry around a giant, invisible, heavy list of rules in our heads. Rules about what we must do to be acceptable and perfect.
Oh, the dangerous, heavy word should. I should wake up at 5 in the morning to exercise. I should work harder and longer every single day. I should be thinner and buy more attractive clothes. I should learn English much faster and never make a grammar mistake.
Exactly. A few weeks ago, I tried a new mental exercise to fix this problem in my own life. It is a fantastic tool. I call it auditing your shoulds.
Auditing your shoulds. That sounds very official. An audit is like a strict financial check by a serious accountant, right? They look at all your money and receipts to find mistakes.
Yes, exactly like that.
But instead of money, you look at your mental rules. You look at every rule in your head and ask a very simple question. Where did this rule come from? Is this my personal, original rule? Or did society give it to me? It is like wearing a very heavy, thick winter coat in the middle of a hot, sunny summer day. You are sweating and suffering. And why are you wearing it? Just because a fashion magazine told you it was popular 10 years ago? Take off the heavy coat. Feel the wind. And breathe.
That sounds so incredibly freeing and light. If you catch yourself saying, I should go to that loud, crowded party tonight, even though I am totally exhausted, stop the thought immediately. Do an audit. Ask yourself, whose rule is that? Did my mother tell me I have to go? Did a movie tell me I have to go?
You can easily change the heavy word should to the light phrase I choose to. If you cannot honestly say I choose to go to this crowded party because I truly want to dance and see friends. And then maybe you simply need to stay home, drink tea, and rest on your comfortable sofa.
When you take off that heavy winter coat of fake rules, you finally feel light. You can stand up straight, and you stop living for the audience. Let us explore this wonderful phrase together. To stop living for the audience. It means making personal choices for your own genuine happiness, not to impress other people watching you. It is like decorating your private living room. Imagine buying comfortable, soft, slightly ugly furniture that you actually love to sit on. Instead of buying expensive, hard, uncomfortable designer chairs just so your guests will take pictures of them for the internet.
I definitely prefer the comfortable, ugly furniture. My back prefers it too. For example, choosing to have a simple, quiet weekend, walking in the local woods. Instead of paying for an expensive, stressful trip to Dubai just to post luxury photos of a hotel pool. That beautiful feeling of freedom is exactly what happens when you stop living for the audience. Repeat this phrase after me gently and calmly. I want to stop living for the audience.
But, Mark, there is a hidden problem here.
Even when the real audience is gone and you are sitting completely alone in your comfortable living room.
There is still one critical voice left. The loud, mean voice inside your own head.
Ah, yes. The famous, terrible inner critic.
The strict, angry voice that tells you that you are lazy and useless just because you need to sit down for 10 minutes.
This destructive process is called negative self-talk. Negative self-talk is the cruel, unhelpful, mean way you speak to yourself in your own mind. It is like having a terrible, annoying radio station playing constantly in your car. The angry radio host is constantly listing every single mistake you made since you were 10 years old. And the volume button is completely broken, so you cannot turn the loud sound off.
That sounds absolutely exhausting to live with. For example, imagine dropping a glass of clean water on the kitchen floor. It breaks. You immediately think, I am so stupid. I ruin everything. I am always so clumsy. That is negative self-talk in action. If your best friend dropped the exact same glass, you would never say those cruel words to her. You would just smile and say, "Oh, it is okay. Do not worry at all. Let me help you clean it up."
We must learn to become our own best friend. Let us practice recognizing this bad habit. Say it with me aloud. I need to stop my negative self-talk.
But Anna, knowing the problem is only half the battle. how do we actually fix that broken radio station in our minds? Are there any practical, real-world steps to silence the angry inner critic?
I started practicing something very simple and effective recently. It is a method I call the good enough practice.
The good enough practice? That sounds suspicious to me. Does that mean we just give up, stop trying, and become completely lazy?
Not at all, Mark. There is a big difference between laziness and self-care. Laziness is doing absolutely nothing all day. The inner critic always demands total 100% perfection in every single task. But true perfection is a ghost, an illusion. It simply does not exist in the real physical world. So, my new practice is this. I intentionally do things just good enough, and then I force myself to stop.
Intentionally? You mean you purposefully leave things unfinished or imperfect?
Yes, exactly. I do it to train my brain to accept reality. If I am cleaning the kitchen on a Saturday morning, I do not take a toothbrush and scrub every single hidden corner behind the fridge for 3 painful hours. I wash the dishes, wipe the table, and sweep the floor for 15 minutes until it looks just good enough. And then I walk away and read a nice book. It is like baking a simple, tasty, rustic apple pie. Instead of trying to bake a complex, perfectly decorated 5-layer wedding cake, the huge wedding cake makes you cry from stress in the kitchen, and it takes 2 days to make. The simple apple pie takes an hour, it smells delicious, and you actually get to sit down, eat it, and relax with your family.
That is a wonderful, healthy, logical strategy. I need to bake more simple apple pies in my life. It removes the heavy, crushing pressure from your tired shoulders. Because when we constantly chase total perfection, we are chasing a moving target.
A moving target. That is a fantastic, highly descriptive phrase. A moving target is a difficult goal that constantly changes its physical position, so you can never actually catch it or reach it. It is like trying to catch the sunset on the horizon. You see it in the distance, and you walk towards it for 10 miles. But the horizon always moves further away. You will walk forever until you drop.
Exactly. For example, you look in the mirror and tell yourself you will finally be happy when you lose 5 kilograms of weight. You work hard, you exercise, you skip desserts, and you lose the weight. But then you look in the mirror again, and the inner critic says, "Now, you need to lose 2 more kilograms to be truly beautiful." The goal changed without you even noticing. It is a moving target that guarantees you will be unhappy forever. Let us repeat this wise sentence together. Perfection is a moving target. And you know what makes this moving target run even faster away from us? Opening the social media apps on our phones every morning, because we are constantly comparing our real, messy, normal human lives to someone else's carefully edited highlight reel.
Oh, the famous highlight reel. A highlight reel is a carefully chosen, highly edited collection of the absolute best, most successful moments of a person's life. It has all the boring, sad, ugly, and frustrating parts completely cut out. It is like looking at the shiny, heavily retouched cover of a professional fitness magazine. And you foolishly think that the beautiful model actually wakes up looking perfectly like that every single morning without makeup.
That is such a harmful, toxic illusion for our brains. For example, your friend posts a short, beautiful, golden hour video of their romantic dinner by the sea during an Italian vacation. That beautiful video is their highlight reel. They absolutely do not post the video of them arguing loudly at the dirty airport. They do not post a photo of them losing their expensive luggage in the heavy rain. They do not show the terrible stomach pain they got from eating bad street food. Say this gentle, important reminder with me right now. Do not compare your life to a highlight reel. When we finally remember that absolutely nobody on this planet is perfect. When we stop comparing our messy kitchens to fake internet pictures, we can become much softer and kinder with ourselves. We can simply accept the fact that bad days will always happen.
You will make silly, embarrassing mistakes.
You will get tired, angry, and frustrated.
Your English grammar will sometimes be wrong.
But the secret of a long, happy life is not avoiding mistakes completely. You cannot avoid mistakes if you are trying new things. The real secret is learning how to bounce back. Let us explain this final, beautiful chunk of practical vocabulary. To bounce back means to recover your strength, your energy, or your good mood after a very difficult time, a painful failure, or a sad event. It is like taking a colorful rubber tennis ball and dropping it on the hard ground. It hits the cold concrete floor with a loud noise, but it immediately jumps right back up into the warm air.
I love that positive, energetic image. If you believe you must be perfect, you become like a delicate, thin glass ball. You drop the glass ball, it hits the floor, and it breaks into 100 tiny, sharp pieces. It is destroyed forever. But you are a strong, flexible human being, not a fragile glass ball. You can easily build resilience and strength over time. For example, having a terrible, embarrassing, sweaty presentation at your office, but then going home, drinking some tea, getting a long night of good sleep, and trying again the next morning with a small smile on your face. That means you know exactly how to bounce back.
Let us practice this final positive, energetic phrase together.
Say it with confidence.
I know how to bounce back.
So, my wonderful, hard-working friends, let us summarize our quiet, gentle, simple steps for today's lesson. You absolutely do not need to change your whole personality or your whole life by tomorrow morning.
Please do not try to fix everything at once. Just try to use a small time buffer before saying yes to a big favor. Notice your personal daily battery thieves and close them gently, just like closing apps on your old phone. And remind yourself every single day that you are allowed to be completely imperfect.
Your English progress is good enough for today. Your daily efforts at work and home are good enough. You are good enough right now, exactly as you are today, sitting right there listening to us.
We are so incredibly glad and thankful that you spent this quiet, peaceful time with us today. If this simple, slow conversation brought you a little bit of calm peace, please take 1 second to hit the like button below. It is a very small, easy click for you, but it helps our free educational channel grow quietly and steadily to reach more students.
And we would truly love to hear your personal thoughts in the comment section down below. Tell us a short story. What is one small battery thief you want to gently remove from your life this week?
Write it in English, and please do not worry about making grammar mistakes.
We do not judge mistakes here. We celebrate the effort.
All right. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and share this audio with a good friend so we can continue learning and growing together. And if you want to carefully review all the useful phrases and metaphors we discussed today, we have prepared something very special and completely free for you. Look at the pinned comment right below this video. There is a direct, safe link to download a helpful PDF cheat sheet. It contains all the vocabulary chunks, explanations, and life examples from today's episode.
Thank you so much for listening, practicing, and shadowing with us today. Please remember to be kind, gentle, and patient with yourselves this week. See you next time on the English Speaking Practice Podcast.
Goodbye, everyone, and take very good care of yourselves.